Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the channel. On this next piece, I'll be discussing the topic of invisible battles in plain sight, seeing through the silence. You've heard the names Rondell Moore, Kyron Lacey. We've seen the headlines, we've heard the stories, and far too often we're left asking the same question: how did we miss it? Suicide doesn't belong to one profession, one income level, or one lifestyle. It doesn't discriminate. It affects professional athletes, soldiers, executives, students, fathers, daughters. It shows up in locker rooms, motor pools, boardrooms, and living rooms alike. And if there's one common trend, it's not weakness, it's silence. In leadership, especially in high performing environments like the military or competitive sports, we celebrate resilience. We reward toughness. We measure output. We prioritize results. And don't get me wrong, those things do matter. Success matters. Standards matter. Winning matters. But let's be clear about something: people matter more. Because when we begin to see people only as performers, as assets, as a means to accomplish the mission, we start missing what's happening beneath the surface. The warning signs are rarely loud, they're subtle. It's the quiet change in demeanor. The person who used to be engaged but now withdraws. The forced smile that replaces genuine energy. The soldier or employee who used to speak up but now sits in silence. Or the one that's hardest to detect, the high performer, the one who never complains, the one who always delivers, the one everyone assumes is good because they're strong, they're reliable, because they don't make noise. And that's exactly why they get overlooked. The silent sufferer doesn't always fall apart. They often continue to execute. They show up, they perform. And in doing so, they become easy to miss. So, what does this mean for us as leaders, as parents, as teammates, as friends? It means we have to develop discipline and awareness, not just knowing what people do, but understanding who they are. Ask better questions, not surface level questions. How are you doing? How was your day? How was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? But the real ones, the kind that require more than a yes or a no. Create environments where vulnerability is not punished, where asking for help doesn't cost someone their dignity, where strength is redefined, not as silence, but as honesty. Because if people believe that speaking up will cost them their reputation, their opportunity, or their standing, then they won't speak up. And silence will win. I believe in excellence. I believe in high standards. I believe in winning. Very much so. But I also understand something else. There is a irreversible cost when we neglect the human side of leadership. The mission will continue. The organization will move forward. The formation will reset. But families don't reset, not after the loss of a loved one. They don't recover the same way. And that's the cost we can't afford to ignore. So if you're listening to this and you're struggling, speak up. I assure you, that's not weakness. That's not failure. That's strength. There is no medal for silent suffering. There is no honor in isolation. There is only unnecessary loss. and you don't have to carry it alone. In many ways, that's why I created EricCurryOfficial.com, because sometimes you don't need a solution right away. Sometimes you just need someone who will listen, someone to help you think, someone to remind you that you're seen. And I want to hear from you. I genuinely do. How do you identify the silent struggler in your circle? What have you learned about checking in before it's too late? Drop your thoughts. I look forward to the engagement. Let's have a real conversation about this. Thanks for listening. Thank you for tuning in. For more content, please visit my website, ericcurryofficial.com. Like and follow on Twitter and Instagram at Eric Curry Official. And I'll see you in the next one.